playing WytchWood tonight. It is interesting. I am a witch with a bucket on her head. So far it's proving to be really pretty. And also really dark. So, yeah. Where am I? Okay. I know. I don't often stream when you can catch me. I'm actually surprised you're here, unless you're working overnight tonight. It's a very impromptu stream. Just was like hanging out. And my friend Nomi was like, hey, are you gonna play that WytchWood game again? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play some WytchWood game again. And so here I am, playing WytchWood. I was like, midnight stream, why not? Dragonfly. What is this? Bait stick? Snag vine. Well, let's see. No. How about you not aggro on me? Because I don't know how to kill you yet. Spirit salts. Can I even make those? Nope. Nope, go away. Go away. Go away. I don't have anything to fight you. Pretty sure. Oh. Logger's hatchet. Can I use my logger's hatchet on you? Nope, smoke to knock it out first. I don't think I have the ability to make smoke. Oh, I can! Okay. Well then. That's a thing I can do. Effigy, snag vine. Okay. How do I make a snag vine? I can make a single snag vine. Yeah, go get your food. Where? I don't think I have treats over here. I think Daddy rescued them the other day for something. Artemis, I've got to go get treats for you. I'll be right back. Yep, I know. Daddy stole the treats the other day. I told him to. That's it. Favorite treats. Very excited. Ready? Who's that from Uncle Josh? Sit. Pretty? High five. Alright. I did it. It's a gnome raid. Yes, this game is really pretty, also a little gory. Like the fact that we're picking up warm gobbets of animal meat. An impassable Hulk unless perhaps he likes you. Food symbol, put him in human form. Well, I ran out of spirit salts. I don't want that in my thing. I'll use that later. Nope, I don't want to interact with the leech. I can't currently interact with the leech. I'll stretch. Artemis is much happier now that we are not leaving every 5 seconds in her mind. She was not happy about ACFI and Fair right in a row. She doesn't 100% realize that we're abandoning her on Saturday. What does this troll? A fat troll sits squarely in the middle of the bridge, busily scratching an itch on his back with a fallen tree. His unmatched girth blocks the path forward. Out of the way, you big galoot! He shifts his mass and releases a loud fart as you attempt to circumvent him. Whew, fine. Keep your bridge. I'll come back when the vapors have dissipated. Oh, that is a lot of them. And what are those again? Dancing totem. These are strange to begin with, but this one especially so. These With animated wooden effigies, them engaged in a ritualistic dance. They march in stiff patterns around a reflective piece of glass embedded in the soft ground. You lean in for a better look, just long enough to make out the shard's mirrored surface reflecting the ghostly image of the moon. You think to reach in and grab it, but the swinging limbs of the dancing totems are too dense and quick. Out of the way, you overgrown twigs! Maybe I can get them to shift their attention onto some other glittering bauble? Moonlight globe. I don't have that yet, so I guess I'll leave. To the sick house. Oh, this is where I'm going. Ed break starts in 1.5 minutes, just so you know. Sick house nurse, overworked and underappreciated, with such a nasty commute through the swamp. Blank, though it certainly seems like someone was buried here not too long ago. Hold on now, this sick house is full to the brim and festering with disease. Don't you know there's a deadly plague going around? A plague, you say? This is the first I've heard of it. Oh, it's terrible. It affects the young and the old, the healthy and the infirm alike. We're so swamped with patients I can barely catch my breath. So what are you doing out here? Shouldn't you be inside tending to the ill? We've just got so many bodies piling up. Someone has to bury them before they spread the sickness further. She drops her voice to a whisper, looking ashamed. It's gotten so crowded I've even had to dump some in the swamp. Yeah, I saw those earlier. That seems unethical. But don't worry, the leech is inside, working her miracles on the other patients. They couldn't be in better hands. The leech? That's the doctor of this place? The best in the land. I don't dare think about how much worse it would be without her skills. I need to speak to her. I'm checking up on someone who came through here. Sorry, I cannot in good conscience allow a person of your, years to enter such an infectious space without a proper inoculation. But with all the patients, we're low on medicine, and I'm afraid I don't have any to spare. Bah, what's a simple booster shot made from anyways? There's plenty of medicinal ingredients right here in the swamp. I'll go get them myself. Well, it's a pretty basic prescription. If you bring me the components, I'll be able to mix and administer it. Then you can go inside. I'll need 3 milligrams of bug ichor extract, 5 grams of toxic thistle powder, and some lazy grass to numb the pain. Okay. Oh. Which I have a totemic moondrop. I need a glitter bomb. Which I can make if I make a jar. I think I can go do the thingy. Glowing globe into the ritual circle and watches the wooden effigy suddenly lose coordination and knock their wooden limbs into each other. You take the opportunity to sweep between their tall frames and snatch the mirror shard before their frenzied dance begin anew. Nope, wrong way. Oh, lazy grass from the fields. Got it. So I've gotta go find the fields. Place of power, but two are dead. Skyward, adorned, rooted, ornamented. Can I make a sacrifice yet? I need a Sleepies, a Meatballs, and a Painties. Make that. No, I can't. Because I need I've got a jar of water. I can make that. No, I can't. Yes, I can. Tempting forest path. Need to go find the fields now. Well, stay away from the goblin because I can't fight him yet. Lakeshore path. You need to go to the lakeshore for something. Hey, where'd you think you're going? Yeah, me but a soldiers are led inside the lakeshore camp. Get out of my way. I have urgent news of your quartermaster. I need to speak with your sergeant. Urgent? Only thing that's urgent is the line for latrine, or the captain hasn't had his drink. That's right, Captain Bear is in a right foul mood. You can't come in unless you want a good thrashing. Guard almost has to shout over the clattering din coming from inside the camp. You heard him. It's dangerous in there. You wouldn't have the heart to let a frail old granny like you near that beast. One guard turns to the other with a conspiratorial shrug. Yeah, but who are we to say what's good for her health? Oh, yeah, you're right. We might be convinced to, look the other way if we was fairly compensated. Right, fairly compensated, of course. We'd be sick in our necks after all. The guards hold out their hands expectantly, like children begging for candy. You carefully press 3 heavy gold coins into the palm of the waiting guard. There, I expect you two can divide them evenly amongst yourselves. Right, 1 for you and 2 for me. What? You mean 2 for me and 1 for you? I'm the one who does all the real guarding around here. You still owe me for that game of dice you lost. You cheated me. Give me them coins. The 2 guards fall into fisticuffs and roll into the bushes, leaving the gate to the camp wide open. There goes those soot sprites, never to be captured. Not going there. As you cautiously approach, the bear drains the last of it into one of his tankards and smashes it against the head of a nearby shoulder, knocking the hapless man to the ground. And then I walloped him just like that. So, next time I catch any of you cowards turning tail, I'll skewer you like a fish and leave your guts for the gulls. Suddenly noticing that his drink has gone dry, the bear bellows to the skies. More mead, you yellow-bellied worms! More drink! Bring me my delicious honey mead! The soldiers taking cover nearby exchange nervous glances at each other, none wanting to confront the bear. There is no more honey mead. The bear wipes a strand of drool from his sagging lips and his bleary eyes slowly focus on you. A mocking smirk splits his face as he waves at you with his great spiked mace. Say, now that's a funny-looking helmet, soldier. I will tell you at a time I crushed the bucket-headed barbarians of the western mountains. You decide that now is a good time to leave the bear to his ramblings rather than make yourself an unfortunate prop in his war stories. The bear kicks an empty tankard at you as you retreat back into the camp. That's right, go get more meat, you good-for-nothing sluggard. Soldier into the tent. Trembling soldier. Ruin equipment. Don't mind me, just taking my time, gathering some resources. Da-da-da-da-da. Frenetic-looking officer shouts hurried orders at whoever will listen, but most of the camp's soldiers are barely cowering or knocked out cold. Man the gates, you over there, secure the perimeter, we just need to hold out a little longer. Sir, we're running out of men. Where's that damn shipment of honey? You step over an unconscious footman to address the men in charge. I might be able to answer that question. Who let this old bats into camp? Found your quartermaster. He's having a bit of cart trouble on the road. I'm afraid your shipment isn't going to get here anytime soon. What? Oh, curse my rusty britches. Without the honey and other supplies, we can't make the honey mead. The bear's gonna flatten the whole camp when he finds out. The camp looks half flattened already. What's all this ruckus about? Well, the bear is the greatest warrior there ever was, which is grand and all when we're fighting the enemy. But once we set up camp, he likes to use us poor sods as playthings to reenact his conquests. And the only thing the bear loves as much as fighting is drinking. Guzzles up so much honey mead, we have to brew it right here in the camp just to keep it up. He points to a squat-looking device tucked near some tents, a portable brewery. Without that shipment of ingredients, I don't see how we can ever calm the bear down. He'll smash us all into paste before the sun sets. Let me take a look at this brewery of yours. If the bear is so in love with brawling and boozing, then perhaps it's about time he received a dose of his own medicine. You inspect the brass contraption. A tank here, a hopper there, the bitter smell of alcohol is infused into the well-worn metal. Despite the needlessly complicated dials and tubing, at the end of the day, the brewery is really just a fancy cauldron. This seems simple enough. I should be able to concoct just the potion for your troubles. The rattled sergeant shrugs his soldiers at you. Sure, if you think it'll help, but you'll need to fuel the darn thing first. Our supplies are a mess, so you'll have to figure it out on your own. You open up the brewery to inspect its complicated innards. I need a cinder box and 4 more jugs of water. Well, I need to get some water. It's the bear's tent. Okay. Is there anywhere here to get water? No. So I'll have to go out to get some water. 2, 3, 4. What was the other? Oh, right. This thingy. Insect lard. Or rodent lard. But I have one left, so I can do this. Well, that didn't give me one card. Oh well. I'll worry about that next time I need it. You slosh cool, clear water into the brewery's main tank. Not the best base for potion brewing, but you want to preserve that honey mead flavor. You open up the brewery and throw in some twigs. You snap kindling into pieces and scatter it into the bottom compartment of the brewery. Should be fuel enough for the job. With the heat of a cinder box, you set the stove chamber of the brewery alight. It will bring the tank to a rolling boil. With a hiss of steam and the sound of boiling water, the rattling brewery is ready for the next step in the process. Of course, I'll need honey for the mead. That quartermaster said he was coming back from the apiary in the fields, so I best try there. Then I'll need a proper magical binder and a token of the bear to seal the spell. Somebody in this camp ought to do the trick. The frothing basin of the brewery stands ready for the right ingredients. Honey, metamorphosis elixir, and a torn teddy bear. Through the open tent flap, you catch a glimpse of pillaged trinkets and treasures scattered about the spacious interior. You surmise that one of these precious objects might contain enough magical essence to use as a token of the bear. Your eyes have only a moment to linger upon the giant fur-lined bed before a hand pulls the door flap shut. The sergeant gives you a disapproving glare as he ushers you away. Hey, you can't go in there. That's the bear's personal tent. You know the kind of hell that would break loose if he finds out someone's been snooping? Don't worry, I'll be careful. It seems like your men are keeping him distracted anyways. You glance over at the bear as he tosses aside a soldier like a sack of potatoes. No way, no how. If you think this is bad, just wait until he finds out there's no more honey meat. Humph, if you're so afraid of that stomping brute, why don't you just slip away into the night? Surely it would prolong your life a little. And abandon all my friends? We soldiers gotta stick together. It's our only chance. If only there was some way to stand up to the bear. The thought seems to cross the sergeant's mind as he notices the potions and baubles hanging about your belt. Say, you're good with magical doodads and what's-its, right? What if you made me some sort of protective charm or talisman? Then I could maybe have a chance against that monster without getting my head stoved in. If I make you a protective talisman, will you let me into this tent? I suppose I wouldn't have much to worry about if you did. Okay, how do I make a protective talisman? I need one of these, which requires moo milk. One of these, which I can make with fur. And one of these, which I can make. Okay. So I just need to go get some moo milk from the fields. Get a lot of shit from there anyways, I guess. I just need to figure out where the fields is. Fieldward path. Yeah, it's pretty good. Lazy grass. A handful of dry grass without a care or concern in the world. Need too much time in the dirt, perhaps. Good day to ye. Aha! Okay, what's turkey? Digestive tablets. How would one make digestive tablets? With goblin snot and eye of newt and snail shells. Sorry, I just needed that really quick. I'm gonna catch this thing really quick. Yep, I'm going away now. I know I need those for something. I don't remember what, but I know I need them for something. Gnome. Refuses to read any instruction manuals. Perhaps I can puzzle him somehow? changeling. Odd farmer, not given to conversation, it would seem. Puzzle him somehow. Occupied! Occupied! How rude. Empty jar. Oh, that's how I get my milk. I have 6 jars of milk now. Upon closer inspection, this mountain of hay appears to have been deliberately woven into an intricate wickerwork structure. You carefully pluck a single piece of straw from its center, and the whole bundle begins to swirl and unravel until a gaping vortex opens before you. I have opened the way to the shadow, aka the fast travel. Sort of. Ox's farm. Well, I'm not going there yet. Do I want to go into the bandit camp? Kinda do. Do the bandits have a weakness? Unknown. An unpleasant sort. Expresses it primarily through stabbing. You peer through the hedgerow and see a ramshackle encampment strewn with plunder. Cut purses and brigands pick their nails with dangerous-looking daggers. I got nothing to gain from this nest of knaves. Better make myself scarce before they see me. You scamper back to the safety of the road. Okay. Apparently I don't get to fuck with the bandits yet. I don't know how to compare that because I've never played that one, but I will believe you. Snag vine. Okay, okay. I know how to make snag vine, I think. Oh, no, I don't. Because I can't make this stuff. I need Skeeter Snoop. Well, I'll leave that for now. Because I don't have a lot of those, so... Oh, I can catch more fairies. Phase energy converges on this spot, but to what end is unclear. No, I'm avoiding you. So far, the fields is my favorite place. Even with the murder turkeys. Okay. Ah, I see, I see. Thank you, Destiny Tales Uwu, for following me. I'm sorry if I missed you if you dropped out. It's funny because Dirtles left Nomi's stream running so that she could count as a viewer, and now because Nomi rated me, Dirtles is now viewing my stream as well. She just doesn't know it. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty great. Because, like, she would totally approve, too. But it's just funny. I looked up and I'm like, Dirtles, huh? She went to bed, but that's right. Nomi rated me. Okay. I'm gonna catch a bunch of shit here first. As I said so. Sure I do. Swamp, that's where I'm going. Swamp. And then sick house. In the swamp. Oh, I think I can can make a sacrifice now. I think I needed cow's milk. So sacrifice need one of these thingies, which I can do. One of these thingies, which I can do if I go get a jar of water. And one of these thingies, which I can make with these thingies. So yeah, just need to go get a jar of water. Okay, so sacrifice makes one of these, and one of these, and one of these to make one of these, which makes a sacrifice. So I could go fight? Question mark? Can go appease the dinosaur. Cheers. Cool. I had no idea even I needed to do that. But that's what I did. Pretend I rubbed his belly. We all know I rubbed his belly, right? Past here. Sick house. Here's your 3 milligrams of bug ichor. The nurse nods at you, gathering all the ingredients into a small hand-sized mortar. You hold your breath as she mashes everything into a slimy, stinky liquid. Not the most pleasant stuff, but I can assure you it beats growing lumps where no lumps should be. Speak for yourself. One can never have enough lumps. The nurse shrugs at you, sucking up the bubbly mixture into an oversized syringe. She gestures for you to hold out your arm. After stabbing into your flesh several times, she fails to find any veins with the point of a needle. Sorry, you seem to have some strange physiology? Ah, give it here, I'll do it. You seize the injector and jab it into your arm without further fuss. A cool sensation climbs into your fingertips. You doubt the medicine will have any effect, but at least it should have make the nerves happy. There, I feel much better. Can I go inside now? Oh yes, of course. You should be immune to the plague for the time being. Just be quick, the leech is very busy. Of course, we must go and raid all the chests. blithers from one patient to another, checking off little boxes on clipboard. From under her wide-brimmed hat, she appears to notice you enter a page you don't mind. You must be the leech. I was hoping you could help me find one of your patients. Do you have the symptoms? Cackling of the bones, oozing eyes, skin rot, perhaps a yellow liver? Let's get you examined. The leech extends her toothy snout, prodding your body and searching for some hidden malignancy. You slap her away with a swift palm. If it's sickness you're looking for, you won't find it on me. My dear, we are all sick with something. Whether it's a broken heart or a broken arm, we all suffer in one way or another. You peer through her tightly wrapped garments and see a deep darkness underneath. Despite the warmth in her words, there is a surge of hunger and urgency in her tone. I'm here to heal, to mend, to put all of your troubles at ease. Now tell me, what ails you? I told you already, I'm in perfect health. I'm here to find someone, a man who came through here with a sprained ankle. Half the patients who come to me have twisted this or broken that. Before the pox sets in, that is. Can you be more specific? What does he look like? Oh, I'm not sure. Well, then how do you expect me to help you? Come back to me when you know who you're looking for. You look about the stick house at the coffee. Wheezing, bedridden souls. Perhaps some of them will be able to identify the missing husband. You missed that man with the beard. It's the beardy guy you're looking for? There was a fellow with dark hair, dark eyes. They're sleeping. Looks like they could use the rest. Husband? Yeah, he had a darker complexion than me. Can't find the short guy? Sorry, I can't help you. You don't know where that short fella got to, eh? It's the beardy guy you're looking for? This patient just stares into the distance in silence. Well, do you have any better idea exactly who you're looking for? Shorter than most. Going to need a bit more than that. Darkened features. Narrowing it down, give me something else. Or a full beard. Ah, yes, I remember that poor man now. He came in with a swollen ankle, but on his journey through the swamp, he must have contracted the plague. His condition declined rapidly, I'm sorry to say. In the end, there was nothing much it could do for him except make him comfortable. He's dead? What sort of sick house is this, anyways? My condolences, really. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to doing what I can for the living. Please tell me where the wife might collect his body. The nurse outside seems to be having trouble keeping track of them. I'm sorry that information is reserved for next of kin. Judging by your physique, I wouldn't say you were related to the deceased in the slightest. The doctor turns away from you to prepare vials of medicine. Better return to the old woman in the swamp with the bad news. Beautiful game. Looks really pretty. Super duper dark. Definitely a fairy tale game. Super duper impromptu WytchWood stream. Artemis! Guess what? Oh, yes. Pump, pump, pump. You will not go eat chicken from these last people. I'm very excited. I'm always having trouble looking at that. Okay, you ready? Someone go grab. to not put your nose in my hand. Put your paw in my hand. Do you have news of my husband? He should have been back from the sick house by now. You bow your head in condolence. I'm sorry to say that your husband has passed away. The leech said he fell ill with the plague. Rather than grief, an expression of mild annoyance crosses the woman's face. Oh, what a nuisance. You don't seem that upset by the news. Well, he was getting on in years. It was bound to happen sooner or later. I just didn't think it would be from some measly plague, of all things. So, where is the fool now? I'm not sure. The leech wouldn't tell me. But her assistant mentioned having to dispose of the dead out in the swamp. Ah, brimstone and bandersnatch. I know I'm already in your debt, sister, but can I ask you for another favor? I suppose I've already stuck my foot in this mess. What is it? There's an old circle of power just west of here. It served me well in my younger years, and I expect it's still got some juice left. I need you to dust it off and fire it up again. I'd go do it myself, but by the time I get there, my poor husband's body would already be reduced to worm farts. What am I to do with this circle? You're knowledgeable, lass. The engravings on the obelisks should explain the rest. Oh no! I'm out of here. Run up here. Hello, Tig. I feel like you would like this game, Tig. I don't know why. I'm just getting that vibe. Brush off a blanket of thick moss and lichen from the ancient magical pattern carved into the earth. The essence of power wakes at your touch, bringing slight warmth to your fingertips. Four black stone obelisks surround the ritual spot. You'll need to scrape off more overgrown decay to read the runic lettering engraved on their surfaces. The eastern obelisk yearns for the tooth of a dragon. You haven't seen any real dragons in years, but who knows what's out in the swamp. Hey, I have one of those! You drop the sharp reptilian fang into the stone basin with a heavy clunk. It spins like a top, emitting a high-pitched whine before shattering into fine white dust. The southern obelisk asks for a collection of bodily fluids to breathe new life into an unliving vessel. Apothecary humors. The western obelisk requires a source of undead animation. I wonder what I'm doing. The northern obelisk calls for proof of the dead. The afterlife is nothing if not bureaucratic. A death certificate from the leech would fit the bill. Pumpkin Jack Bone. Now I've got to go defeat those things. But I can make this. So, I think it's this one I want. Yeah. The fluid slowly disappears as if being drained by some unseen thirst until only the wet residue remains. And then this one I need... Now I need more blood. So I guess I need to kill some more mosquitoes. How do I kill a mosquito again? I'll have to look it up. I think it's... I need more bug ichor. So more bug ichor. Skeeter is smoke pellets. But if I'm going to be the most effective, I want to go somewhere with a lot of skeeters. Okay. Let's go find more than one skeeter in a group. I think I know where to find that. There seem to be a lot of them down here. Alright. Okay, now... Okay. Charm. And then other thing I needed heater for was this thing. Which I needed snag bind to make, which I needed skeeters to make. Okay. So let's go find more than one skeeter in the same places again. Need at least 2 skeeters. There's 1 skeeter. There's 2 skeeter. And all in the same place. Oh, there they are. 2 skeeters in the same place. Oops, I should have waited for a second. Leech, I suppose. Okay. Well, let's see what I got. Okay. So now I just need the pumpkin charm, the pumpkin backbone, which I don't remember what I need to make to do that, but I think it was a snag bind, which I need skeeter things to make. Okay. Since I'm right here, let's go get a death certificate. The shadowy doctor prowls amongst the cots, eyeing the weakest patients with a dark hunger. She snaps a quivering tentacle at you as you approach. Not a step closer. Who knows what sorts of disgusting maladies you might be carrying. Earlier you wanted my maladies. Yes, I'm the pox-ridden wretch, I know, but I need a death certificate from you. Specifically of the short-bearded man we spoke about. His wife is in no condition to roll her chair through the swamp, so she's asked me to collect it for her. I don't simply give out death certificates to anyone claiming to be someone's aunt, grandmother, or friend. This is a legitimate operation. She turns her back to you and rummages through a nearby medicinal closet. Now where has that serum got to? Don't tell me we're already out. What's the matter? Out of stock? It's a shame you don't have the time to go out yourself. She tenses at your continued presence. What are you getting at? Medicine for that death certificate? I think that's a fair trade, don't you? You would barter when people's lives are on the line. Fine, you'll have your paperwork, you filthy degenerate. Clearly too angry to speak with you, she shoves a list of required medicinal supplies into your hands. You're not entirely sure how she'll be using these. I need to go get a dragonfly wing. Dragonfly. I need a stick. Alright. I need to find myself a dragonfly. A dragonfly. Dragonflagon. And I really need to work on my chatbot, but like, I could also just be streaming instead. Okay. Back to get my death certificate. Pretty sure she's not healing these people. Leech takes the wings with a surprisingly delicate touch and leaves them out carefully on the surface of clear shell. I've run your errands, now I really must insist on that death certificate. There's no need to get that prickly. I have your papers right here. Leech extends her moist arm and thrusts a poorly written note in your hands. You shake the mucus from the paper and try to decipher the loopy, illegible scribbles. You're not even sure the Leech spelled the poor Nan's name right, but you suppose it's better than nothing. Next time I need a doctor's note, I'd better off forging the signature myself. You crumple the note into a tight roll for safekeeping. Now to the fields. Humid, swamp air has made the paper of the death certificate soft and damp. As you drop it into the bowl, it decomposes before your eyes until nothing is left. Metamorphosis Elector, and that requires... Oh, so I can make one of those. I don't know which very shrine I'm having trouble with. I think it was the goblins. Acquire the apiary. What's the goblin's weakness again? The dreadful doll, which is what I need more of the sewing kits for. So even more skier death. I can very quickly go give this guy his protective talisman. Prince nervously as he puts his charm around his neck, then he clobbers himself in the face with his own fist. Wow, you weren't kidding. Haha, that's nowhere near the kind of punishment the bear can dish out. I better find some more stuff to test it out with. Then I'll give that bear a piece of my mind. He stumbles off into the camp to find other objects to try against his newfound protection, leaving the bear's tent unattended. This will show you. You ladle out a good portion of the writhing tar-like substance into the brewery. To be safe, you add a little more just for texture. You pause before dropping tattered plaything into the brewery. A glint in its button eye reminds you of something, but the thought soon evaporates from the mind. You overturn your palm and the stuffed bear splashes down into the concoction. It floats sadly for a moment before becoming waterlogged and disappearing under the surface. Still gotta get my honey. Now back to the fields. I've got to find the apiary. I didn't find that last time I was here. See a pheasant? Sunflowers and snag vine. Yeah, that was what I needed. Okay, so let's make some snag vine. Still looking for an apiary. Another pheasant. Chickens. This is where the apiary will be. Farm dog. deserves a treat. Yes, I agree. I do not have the ability to give him a treat, apparently. Scarecrow, just eerie, easy to see why sweat pours off enormous shoulders laid down. Who are you? What do you want? If that lumpy vegetable farmer sent you, just go back and tell him to suck eggs. What? Who? Oh, don't play all innocent with me. I know a spy when I see one. Get lost, turnip head. I still haven't found the apiary, which I was pretty sure it said it was in the fields. Oh, there are ways to the apiary. Okay, up, apparently. Can talk to the vegetable farmer on the way, I suppose. Vegetable farmer. A hefty gorge stands before you with wiping beads of dew off his bumpy forehead. He tilts up the brim of his hat and greets you with what you interpret as a smile. Welcome to my farm, stranger. What brings you out here? How's it going, farmer? Oh, you know, not so bad. Trying best to win the harvest competitions this year. Well, you look to be making good progress. I'm sure you'll be a shoo-in for the blue ribbon. You would think so, wouldn't you? But every year, without fail, the sour ox takes the prize. No matter how hard I work, I can't seem to outgrow his crops. Careful now, you're beginning to sound like a sore loser. Ja, not sore loser. I just think it's quite suspicious, don't you? Last year, the ox and his family grew the largest corn cobs I've ever seen. I was only barely able to get second place because of my own little helpers. He motions to animated turnips and potatoes busy with menial farm work. Oops, I killed his helpers earlier. But this year, his crops are larger than ever before, even though his family is nowhere to be seen. It doesn't make any sense to me. He's working in the fields all by himself? What happened to his family? That's the fishy part. No one knows. They just disappeared one day, and the ox has said nothing. That does sound suspicious. Perhaps I'll go and ask him myself. Ja, his farm is down to the southwest. You can't miss it. I must get back to work. Veggies won't grow themselves, you know. The aggro turkeys. varied beekeeper. Have no shortage of bees, but having a rough time doing the keeping. Heidi-ho! I'm afraid we're closed for the season. Closed? But I need some of your honey right away. Sorry, our supply was cleaned out just a little while ago. Funny little man with a cart. You just missed him. Yes, I've met him. He's the quartermaster for the bear. But he had a bit of an accident on the road. I need to collect some more honey for the Lakeshore camp. The bear? Well, that explains why that quartermaster purchased so dang much. I heard that that lumbering bully would steal the nectar from a larva if it'd suit him. My poor bees have already worked themselves half to death for that order, and they don't have any honey left. I wish I could do something to help you, but the only honey left in the entire apiary is Her Majesty's personal reserve. Her Majesty? Why, my sweet spring flower, the jewel of my crown, the golden son of my... Yes, get on with it. My beloved queen. She's as lovely as she is wise and resides over her flowered kingdom. A shrill voice pierces the meadow and sends chills down your spine. Slave! Where is my dinner? I order you to bring me the finest sunflowers. Right away, my love. And make it pretty this time. I don't want another one of your dandelion bouquets like some common wasp. Yes, my sweet. I think I had better have an audience with this queen myself. Generally mannered, can be quite hostile or irritated. The regal insect looks down her curled nose at you scornfully. That fool beekeeper is supposed to stop the rebel from trampling my delicate garden. Good help is so hard to find, isn't it? And I suppose you've come to lend a hand? No, I don't think so. What do you want, little beetle? You seem like a very busy woman, so I won't waste your time. I need honey. Your best honey. She tilts her long neck back and lets out a buzzing laugh. Ha! Do you think I simply give my carefully cultivated riches to just any commoner? Do you have any idea how much time and energy is spent managing this colony? Everyone always wants something, but no one ever wants to work for it. In a rustle of petals, the beekeeper comes running over, holding out an assortment of beautiful prairie flowers. My darling sweetheart, I offer you the finest meadow flowers. I hope you find these to your liking. Is this Marigold? You wax-brained fool! You know I despise this stuff. How many times must I repeat myself? Get out of my sight, all of you! My love, I have wronged you. Let me try again. You follow the beekeeper a short distance away while he busies himself picking more flowers. She seems to be in a foul mood. Does she always treat you like this? Well, yes. But it's really usually my own fault. Sometimes when she really gets her venom up, a little bit of smoke and soothing herbs help calm her right down. Smoke, you say? I'm sure I could come up with something to even out her mood. So, what does it require? It requires a smoke bomb, a smoke pellet, some witch's spice, and a soporific potion. Okay, so I just need to get a jar of water. And I'm good to go. Need to find a place to get some water. Basically, yeah. Avoid the death turkeys. I don't think I have the stuff to quell you guys. No, I do not, because those require goblin snot, and I cannot kill, or I cannot tame goblins yet, because the dolls are annoying. Need some water. Where might I find water? Maybe on a farm? Maybe on vegetable farmer's farm? No. Good guess though. Yeah, I'm talking myself up. You have a problem with that? No? Didn't think so. Well, let's go. I need to go down and check Oxtail Dude's farm, so... Aha! Water! I can create a soporific, which can then go into the royal incense. I guess while I'm down here, I'm gonna go talk to the ox. Hey, this is private property. What do you do trespassing on my land? Why, I just came to admire the glow of your crops, Master Ox. I heard you produce the most bountiful produce in the land. Ha! Well, you heard right. I work day in and night out, till my hands are raw and my back is broken. But you won't find a finer farm anywhere else. You're sure to take first prize at the Harvest Festival again. You and your family must be so proud. The ox spits on the tilled soil. Ha! Those lazy louts never understood the pride and joy of devoting oneself to the land. What good's a family that gripes about hard labor? We'd have never won any of those competitions if it wasn't for my sacrifice. Where is your family, then? I can't help notice you're working all by yourself. If you must know, those damnable bandits out by the South Bridge stormed in the place one night and stole them away. Bandits? You don't seem very concerned about getting them back. Ha! I'm better off. For all I know, they could have been already ransomed off for fertilizer. But if you're so worried, why don't you go talk to those bloody brigands yourselves? Now get your big nose off my fields, or I'll toss you in the compost heap. Now I get to fuck with the bandits. Well, hold on. Oh no! Stupid fucking dolls, too. I'll just have to go kill more skeeters. Right, avoid the turkeys. You sneak! Do you honestly believe that your little puff of smoke can... The queen fans herself lightly as the world begins to push and pull all around her. Ooh, does anyone else feel a little hot? Anyways, as I was saying, you can't just... The sparkling sun bears down on the queen like a warm summer's embrace. My, look at all of these beautiful colors. Have they always been so bright? The queen bee stretches her arms across the sea of flowers, brushing the tips of their petals gleefully. She arches her limbs through the myriad of colors swirling above her heads. It's gorgeous. Oh, and what's that delicious smell? Cracking into the waxen walls of her hive, the queen pulls out a gun and honeycomb. She proceeds to messily stuff the honey into her face. Oomph! Delectable. Oh, it's so good. You simply have to try some, my dear. I've never tasted anything so delicious in my life. She offers up a sticky handful to you. Why, thank you, my queen. What did I come here for? For this, right? And I got it. And so I make this thingy. And I can make this thingy. Alright, let's go. Up, I think? Into the forest, yep. I made the bee a little high. Lakeshore path. Right, because I got the honey now. So I can finish this one. As you squeeze the honeycomb with your bare hands, thick, rich honey slowly oozes into the brewery's tank. Too sweet for your taste, but then this potion is not for you. With the addition of the final ingredient, the brewing equipment is sealed and set to work. Steam hisses from the rivets and its swollen metal belly clanks and rattles. Before long, the waggling fingers of the gauges and dials settle down, indicating that the brew is complete. You give a quick sniff test and recoil at the sickeningly sweet vapors. You push an empty wooden keg under the contraption's spigot and crank the release valve. The brewery strains under the pressure and fills the keg with chunky, oozing fluid. Sorry about that. May not be the finest honey made around, but hopefully that great raging galoot won't stop to notice the difference. The brewery wheezes in defeat. You doubt it will ever make mead again. Ah, Captain, I've brought you more honey mead. The bear swipes up the tankard with his massive paw and tosses the contents into its slavering maw without hesitation. He licks his chops, savoring the peculiar flavor. With a sudden jerk, he bears down on you with suspicion. Say, this tastes kind of funny. What did you do, soldier? It's a new recipe. I thought you might enjoy something with a little more sting in it. You know I hate new things. I'll teach you to mess with my favorite brew, you hayseed. The bear is upon you with a frightening speed. He raises the huge mace in his paw skyward and you brace for the impact. With an equal measure of speed, the sergeant leaps between the crashing mace and your head. You peer through your fingers as a great clang resounds through the camp. The bear roars furiously as his blow is magically repelled from the sergeant's talisman. The mace goes spinning out of his paw and falls into the lake with a great splash. He gapes, dumbfounded, as the sergeant stands before him, completely unharmed. Aha! That'll teach you to pick on us, you big oaf! This has been a long time coming! The sergeant wags his finger at the bear. Who do you think you are, huh? You think you're so big and tough with your fancy feather hat and your big honking club? Well, look at you now. The camp soldiers gather to witness in stunned awe. Miraculously, the bear seems to shrink in the face of the sergeant's onslaught. If it was up to me, you'd be dishonorably discharged for disorderly conduct. You're a disgrace to the uniform. You're no captain of mine. With fear welling up in his eyes, the bear shrinks and shrinks until he was reduced to the size of a small cat. And another thing, what's happening? In place of the bear's drunkest grimace is the stitched smile of a doll's grin. Two button eyes stare back at the disapproving faces surrounding the little plush toy. The sergeant takes a step back to reveal the small shape of a stuffed teddy bear where the brute once stood. Your transformative potion has finally done its work. Gee, I guess I overdid it? He scratches his head in befuddlement, but seems genuinely relieved. Hey, Sarge, I guess that means you're in charge now, right? Oh, yeah, I guess it does. Well, what are y'all standing around for? The camp's a mess. Let's get to work. You pick up the diminutive doll and brush some sand out of its fur. As you inspect it further, its head lolls to face you. Far within the glassy surface of its button eyes, you can barely make out a tiny crimson flame, the trapped soul of a bear. This ought to be what the old goat is after. I hope he's happy. Alright, I did it! I did one of them! All the way! Yay! Okay, now to the swamp. I think I'm about to finish another one? Maybe? Oh, hold on. There's so many skiers. How do I skeeter again? Damn it, I forget. I think they're smoke pellet. Right. Oh, all of those and only one nose? Sucks. Oh wait, second nose. Haha. Place the token of undeath into the basin. It flutters like a candle for a moment before the shadowy umbra of the obelisk snuffs it out. With the final offering accepted, the obelisks surrounding the circle begin to hum. You can hear a strange melody playing through their discordant tones. The carvings in the ground burn with renewed energy, driving away the overgrowth. You're quick to step away as you feel a Bacchus force pull at the circle's center. I suppose that's done the trick. Let's see what the writing has to say for itself now. You rotate your head to read the glowing letters on the edge of the circle. Place the vessel of the deceased, yada yada. Recite the evocation of necrodermis, blah blah. Apply the canopic ointment. Right, seems straightforward enough. All I need to do now is go fetch the body of that poor fool husband. He should be here in the swamp somewhere. Aha! Since only one of the bodies... Oh, this must be where that nurse has been dumping the surplus of corpses. I'll need to take a closer look at each one to find the right fellow. Is that stinking body? You think I'd be able to find him among the dead here? You watch a particularly bloated fly land on a rotting hand poking out of the muck. Its disgusting proboscis probes at the weathered flesh. The two globular red eyes slowly unglue themselves and swivel to boggle at the insect. A huge slime-covered tongue lashes out and pulls the hapless fly into a gaping, toothless maw along with most of the sunken corpse. Well, I suppose that explains where my misplaced man went. Can it be? Has a lovely young morsel wandered its way into my palace? You call this filthy bog a palace? He throws his head back, shaking the swamp with burbling laughter. Smaller frogs and newts scurry out of the way to avoid being crushed by his enormous bulk. Har har har, wouldn't you? This place is a veritable bounty of insects, and my subjects have such healthy appetites, so they will all grow big and strong. I'd eat you, too, but that head of yours looks much too hard. I prefer my food to be nice and tender. Look, you wouldn't perhaps have seen an old man passing through here, have you? About yay high, full beard, deadish? The frog taps his fingers against a log, grinning an impossibly large grin. Oh yes, I do believe I've seen the chap. He had such a delectable aroma, and fall off the bone ribs. But I'm sorry to say that once something goes down the hatch, it never sees the light of day again. We'll see about that. I'm sure I can come up with some just desserts for you. The frog rolls his eyes around and around as if daring you to try something. A witch, of course, always has something she can try. Oh, yay, and now I need to go get goblin snot. Which means I need to make more of these dumb dolls, or some of these dumb dolls. Which means I need to make sewing kits. Be right back, ma'am. It is, it is convoluted, that is for sure. Now, I actually know a place. Well, I might as well do this while I'm here. Jar of water. Fudge or muffins, I need to get some jars of water. Okay. There. This is where I can put my dolls to the best use. bunch of goblin snot now. Still don't have water. Worry about that in a second. Oh, I'm gonna pass right by a water on the way to see a little lady, so I'll come back for you later, dog. I have read complaints about how convoluted it is. I don't really mind, because I like... It replaces the fact that there's not combat in this game, which I kind of don't mind, because running around I can do. Combat I can't always do. Alright. So... yeah, okay. I need to make the digestive tablets. To give to the frog. You wrap a juicy-looking grub around the medicinal tablets and offer it up to the frog king. Your Majesty, I really must find the whereabouts of the gentleman. Perhaps a small tribute will persuade you to loosen your tongue? The frog gulps down the tantalizing meal without a thought. Ah, delectable gift. Thank you, my pretty. Now, I already told you where. His nostrils flare for a moment, then he sneezes, sending specks of wet mucus flying. The frog's throat suddenly expands, filling with gas. The belch that erupts from its lips resonates so loudly that the entire swamp ceases its buzzing. You avert your eyes, but the noise and smell of the frog's explosive eruption almost knock you off your feet. Great Glinda's ghost, what a stench. The frog wobbles on its legs, looking thoroughly emptied. He teeters before rolling his huge body back into the swamp with a thunderous splash. You spot the slippery body of the husband floating in the bog water. Luckily, he seems to be missing some bits and pieces, so he should fold up quite nicely. With some snapping and squeezing, you manage to get him down to a transportable size. Stuff him in your satchel. The circle of power is ready and waiting for its necromantic purpose. Place the husband's body in the center. With considerable effort, you unfold the husband's decaying body from your satchel and slap it down in the middle of the circle. Invisible shackles wrap around the corpse's limbs and pull it spread eagle against the ground. Strange mists rise from the obelisk, casting everything in sickening green light. Slowly but surely, the corpse begins to levitate off the ground. It rotates to face each obelisk one by one. Oh, get on with it. I haven't got all day. You give the rotting head a good kick as it passes by you. With a gasp of stale air, the body drops to the ground. Suddenly, it bolts upright. Yeah! Well, hello there. Oh, you caused me a lot of trouble. You know that? The reanimated corpse claws at his throat. Oh, sorry. Wait a moment. Near your feet, you see a disembodied tongue flopping about on the ground like a worm. You scoop it up and quickly toss it into the man's gaping mouth. Though he moves his jaw, his lurching voice seems to emanate from someplace beyond. Murderer! What? I am not. You were quite dead when I found you. No, leech! Murdered! Me! He clutches at his hollow chest as if trying to feel his heart beating. Gave me plague! Drain my blood! Leech murdered others! He swings a limp arm towards the body-filled bog. I knew there was some awful stink about that sick house. What sort of doctor infects her own patients? Check her office. Find proof. Don't you worry. I'll make sure that parasite gets what's coming to her. But you should head back home. Your wife is worried half to death about you. He turns and looks longingly over her shoulder. You can hear his vertebrae popping. Yes, late. As he shambles into the choking mist, he gives you a crooked nod of thanks. together. I'll use this. Aha! Mind me just going into your office. While the leech is busy with her patients, you rifle through the contents of the various cabinets in her office. Mostly dried herbs and potions. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. That is, until you notice a suspicious-looking bookcase set against the wall. Books are all fake, just chopped down spines glued to a solid plank. Your fingers race across the medical titles and quickly find a loose volume. With a click of a switch, the whole bookcase swings open to reveal a secret compartment. Your heart jumps at the sight. Racks upon racks of bottled blood are arranged like fine wines. Each vessel meticulously catalogs their name, description, and age of its source. It looks like that thirsty slug's been sapping the living for years. On a nearby table, you spy a decanter half filled with ruby red liquid. You wonder whose blood it contains. A dash of salt would remind that slimy worm that there's worse things out there than bloodsuckers. Sprinkle a generous amount of embalming salts collected from the graves of the leech's victims into the decanter. Yeah, we'll call it that. I mean, actually, it's not wrong, because I have been getting the salt there. As the salt dissolves into the bloody cocktail, you hear the telltale squelching of the good doctor's approach. What are you doing? Can't you see that this is my private office? I already helped you enough, so there's no reason you ought to be here. She hastily shuffles you out of the room. Now get out! This place is only for the sick. You're certainly right about that. You walk just out of sight before doubling back to hide behind a withered get-well bouquet. You peer at the vexed leech as she slithered around her office, checking every cabinet and locker for tampering. She mutters something expletive about nosy old woman. Satisfied, she sighs with relief and reaches to pour herself a glass from the tainted decanter. Ah, that addition of black fever adds a certain nutty quality. Maybe it will pair well with an infusion of peat moss palsy in the next batch. She takes a sip, waiting just a moment before throwing her head back and guzzling it all down. Lovely. Sharp flavor. Full body, too. Suddenly, the leech snaps to attention. Her limbs dart out, writhing with uncontrollable gestures. She stabilizes herself against the table as sweat pools on her brow. The decanter shatters against the floor in an explosion of glass. What's happening? The leech spasms as the tendrils of ghostly spirits begin to suck the moisture from her body. You watch as she dwindles in size, shrieking like some horrible raisin. You inspect the mummified worm, pressing it between your fingers lightly. Drained by the very spirit she was supposed to be healing. In your fingertips, you make out the faintest of heartbeats, the soul of the leech. I don't believe it. That was happening right under my nose the whole time? Yes. Yes, it was. Why did you think so many people were dying? But okay. I mean, you had a lot going on, I guess. salt. Thank you, sister. He's good as new. Love, wife. Oh, okay. If you say so. I'm happy for you. Oh, yes. Now I can make my soporific. Oh, right. Dryad. Dryad. Now, return to the pixie tree. Where's the pixie tree? Into the decay. Into the well. The old word path. Those. I forget where the pixie tree is. I should be able to see it on the map. There it is. Right above me. Over those little rock piles like you asked. Now give me the shard or I'll knock over this nest too. You smashed fairy shrines? Yeah, good. Take it. We don't want your trash. Pixie flicks the shard out of the tree and it spikes into the ground. Gingerly hand over the broken glass shards to the maiden. She's careful not to cut herself on the razor-sharp edges as she slots them into the mirror frame. The pieces click into place perfectly, and the surface of the mirror ripples like the water on a lake. The ripples calm, settling into the form of a pristine crystal mirror. She gazes into the mirror with awe. Look, it's as good as new. Oh, The maiden's reflection ripples and morphs into the vision of a handsome young man. My love, is that you? Overcome with joy, a fresh stream of tears roll down her cheeks. I can't believe my eyes. I don't understand. What happened? Where are you? I'm imprisoned inside my own head. It's horrible here. You have to get me out. You went to the snake, didn't you? Why would you do something so stupid? Listen, my love. I have a confession to make. I'm actually not that good of a musician. What are you talking about? You were so beautiful upon your balcony. A bum like me would never get your attention. So I asked the snake to help me out a little. I thought I could protect myself from the snake's hypnotic gaze with this magic mirror, but then you went and broke the darn thing. I didn't break it. It slipped out of my hand. Wait, don't you put this on me? How could you be so irresponsible? One problem at a time, children. We fixed the mirror, so it should be able to break the snake smell now. Oh yes, you have no idea how unbearable it is being stuck in here. There's nothing but awful poetry and song lyrics that don't even rhyme. Please, Granny, take the mirror. I can hardly stand to look at this buffoon any longer. Babe, wait. She presses the mirror into your hands. Oh yes, as I suspected, in fairy tales there are no happy endings. Except for the old lady and her... Thank you! Oh, thanks, Crab. I'll see you tomorrow. Sleep well. I guess the old lady and her zombie husband are technically a happy ending. Sudden dread grips the snake as you swing the shimmering mirror to meet his eyes. The mind-altering patterns of his gaze are reflected back to him. Slowly but steadily, the snake leans closer and closer to the surface of the mirror. His forked tongue flicks against the glass and then disappears beyond it. It's so beautiful. Like a length of rope being pulled through an eyelet, the snake rushes forward and vanishes into his own reflection. The mirror jolts and bucks out of your hand, clattering to the ground. You stoop down, careful not to look too deeply. Hidden in the reflection of the mirror's surface, you can faintly make out a tiny wriggling shape, trapped just beyond the veil of this world, the soul of the snake. Two of them are working things out. Alright, I need to make more dreadful dolls. Alright, to the fields it is. get fat around the waist to let you slip by so easy. Never too old to teach some young'uns that hands are better left out of people's pockets. Next time I catch one of your thugs roting for gold, they'll have to recount their fingers. Ha ha ha. Ain't afraid of nothing, are ya? Well, let me be the first to welcome you to our mare camp, though I suspect you didn't come just to scold us. What do you know about the ox who works the southern fields? He told me his family might have come through this way. Oh yeah, we know all about the ox. We also might have seen that family of his, but on the other hand, maybe we didn't. What's it to ya? Listen up, you big lug. That information is just about the only thing stopping me from changing the whole lot of you into stinking chickens. All right, Granny. No need to get upset. We was just playing games, you know. Yeah, we seen that family, a boy and his mom, if I remember. Always walking in that big ox's shadow, always looking afraid of him, too. So you didn't kidnap them? Where are they now? You know, you remind me of my dear old ma. She didn't take no guff from no one neither. Ah, she used to bake the most delicious meat pies. I sure do miss her cooking. Me and the boys have been awfully hungry lately. Thieving is hard work, and crime doesn't always pay. Say, do you know how to bake? I even got Ma's pie recipe right here. Who knows, on a full stomach I might even remember something about that missing family. This cabrute could use a healthy helping of crow. Humble pie, huh? Crow's foot, dough, and roast beast. So I can make the dough, I can make the roast beast. I need to go get a crow's foot. I assume I need snare traps. Now, where can I find a crow? Yeah, snap trap. There you go. Two of them. Got it. Fee-fi fo fum, I want pie in my tummy tum tum. Come on then, have a helping. The bandit plunges his hand in the pie, grabbing a fistful. He barks in delight as wet chunks of pie filling spatter out his gob. Ah, delish. Just how Lala used to make, but something's different. He picks a small black feather from between his yellow teeth. Is this crow? I figured you could do with a serving of humility. The gargantuan man's lips begin to quiver. Great watery tears well up in his beady eyes. What's the matter, dearie? Are the spices too strong? Sniff. No, it ain't the spices, sniff. It's just, he deteriorates into great shuddering sobs that shake the camp. Always said I was a bad seed. Said I was good for nothing but eating and thieving. But all I really wanted to do was dance! I was gonna make the greatest dance troupe the world has ever seen. Had a name in mind and everything. Picking the leaping pockets. But I ain't been doing nothing but taking. Always taking. Oh, Mom was right. I'm a bad apple. Come on now, dry your eyes. You're not that bad. He snorts a dangling gob of snot back into his nose. You really think so? You gently reassure him with another helping of pie. Of course not. You're going to tell me all about the Ox's family, aren't you? Oh, we're right. Well, you see, we've been spying on that Ox for years now. Every full moon, he'd go out to his fields all by his lonesome. He'd howl at the sky. What was he'd say? Oh, yeah. Abraca-corn cob. Then he'd always sounded like he got into an argument with someone. But there was never knowing what's there, except that creepy old scarecrow of his. He pat the sniffling rogue on his stubbly cheek. That's a good lad. Maybe it's time to think about trading the daggers for dance shoes. He stuffs more handfuls of the crumbling pie between his blubbering lips. Yeah, ma'am. I'll do it. I'll dance. Simulacrum of a human sways in the breeze. Its lumpy face seems to leer down at you, as if expecting something. Ah, Abraca-corncob? The figure creaks against its pole as its vegetative head twists to look at you. It takes a wheezing breath, expelling a moth from its mouth hole. Hello, yes? Have you come to strike a deal with the great and magnanimous Harvest Master? Ugh, no thank you. I'm involved in quite too many dark contracts with supernatural beings already. Why, then, have you summoned me? Has the Ox made a deal with you, perchance? The Ox? Why, yes. Terrible trade, I say. But a deal is a deal. What sort of trade? Does it have to do with his missing family? Yes, he said he wanted to win pretty prizes, grow the best crops, said he would give up anything in the world. So he offered me his wife and son, and I'm not one to refuse a bargain like that. Where are they? What did you do with them? Don't worry, they're fine, but as long as I make the crops grow, they belong to me. And if the crops should fail, your deal would be broken. Ha! I am the great Harvest Master. My harvest will never fail. We'll see about that. I better take a closer look at those prize-winning plants. Withering can. Humph, these stalks don't look so sturdy to me. Good herbicide ought to shrivel these right up. It'll teach the Ox a lesson about proper agricultural practices. I'll need a sturdy enough vessel to hold the poison, though. Maybe I can convince that vegetable fellow to give up that nice big watering can of his. Artemis! Kane says, you're a good puppy, and you get treats. So would you like some treats? She's like, I don't know what you're saying, Mom, but I'll take the treats. Are you ready? High five. Good girl. Now shake. Good girl. Shake. Shake. Good girl. Oh, you're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. She's like, I am half awake, but I am happy because I have treats in my mouth. She was kind of asleep. Definitely woke her up. She doesn't mind much. Well, hello again. Find out anything about what that ox is up to? As a matter of fact, I have. It seems he traded his family to a turnip wizard or field genie or some other such nonsense. Ah, you must mean the harvest masters. That explains a lot, actually. Bad business to get it mixed up with that sort of fellow. The farmer nervously wipes his brow with the back of his leafy hand. Not that I would know anything about that myself. Listen, I don't have time to exchange farm gossip. I need to borrow your watering can over there. Ah, I'd be happy to lend it to you, but unfortunately, I still need it to grow my prized thinning vegetable. You glance down at the fat head of cabbage bobbing gently against a blanket of big, swaddling leaves. You think you may have heard a faint giggle coming from deep within the fronds. Seems plenty big enough to me. Ox, just you wait. My little baby is going to grow up to be a big baby. It's going to be the belle of the ball at this year's festival. But if I were to say, grow a little bit faster, I suppose I wouldn't need my watering can at all. You swear the farmer winks at you, despite not being equipped with any eyes. Sigh, does nobody here grow produce in an honest way? Let me take a look at the little tyke. You look down at the fattest little cabbage you've ever seen, but if it gets your hands on that watering can, it could stand to be a little fatter. Growth potion, turkey gizzard stone, and 2 jugs of water. Okay. Well, I know where to get 2 jugs of water. Get them over here. I just need to make 2 jars. And I bet you the growth potion. Okay. One of these. One of these. Growth potion. Now I can get the 2 jars of water. And then digestive tablets. think I've got it. Pop open the cork of the potion and sprinkle the bright liquid onto the cabbage's roots. Crushed into fine powder, gizzard stone lends potent nutrients to the soil. You spritz the cabbage with fresh, clear water while uttering a simple horticultural charm. The water beads like dewdrops before the leaves drink them up and brighten in color. The budding plant changes to a bright purple, then blue, then yellow. It suddenly goes rigid and shrinks to the size of marble. The farmer gasps in horror as his precious baby disappears back into the earth. He turns to you, shoulders stiff and pitchfork in hand. He takes one step in your direction, but stops abruptly when a tremor shakes the ground. Look at your feet and watch deep cracks split the earth. Hold on to your hat, this one's gonna be big! You hear a booming giggle echo from deep in the ground. The vegetable farmer falls to his knees, clutching his hat to his chest. In an explosion of leafy greens and flying earth, the bouncing head of an enormous cabbage erupts into the field. The farmer reaches out to it shakily. My little baby? Papa? The farmer scrambles towards the big bumbling cabbage with open arms. My beautiful baby! Look at how big you've grown! See, with a little love and help from your friends, you're sure to win first prize after all. Oh, I don't even care about that silly thing anymore. Look at how handsome my baby is! The two embrace, laughing and crying. I guess you won't be needing that watering can anymore? Please, help yourself. You've helped me more than enough. It gurgles at you gleefully. It will take some work to break through the Scarecrow's magical boon, but you're confident in your mastery of poisons. Those crops were made by magic, so they too can be unmade. You crush up the impish bone into fine powder. This potent fertilizer will help spread the blight. Potion of Blight and Weird Water. Potion of Blight I can make. Weird Water, I need to get a jar of water, and then I can make it too. Luckily, water is right nearby. You know what, actually... And let's go get some milk. Thank you. Now let's get some eggs while we're here. Definitely not killing your children is fine. Oops, forgot to make the weird water. A good amount of weird water will dilute the poison to keep it from eating straight through the metal can. You find a hefty stick to mix all the ingredients together inside the watering can. You know your work is done when the stick dissolves into mush in your hands. The withering can is ready. Hey, I thought I told you to beat it. He raises his hoe and brandishes it at you menacingly. You watch the sickness spreading up the stalks to the very tips of the tallest leaves. Vivid greens turn to diseased browns as the crops bend and droop. No! What is happening? Harvest Master, we had a deal! You promised my crops would never fail. Dreadfully sorry. Looks like my magic is broken. Not my fault. The ox throws himself to the ground, desperately raking the soil with his fingers. Wait, let's make a new deal, please. I sacrificed too much for this. A new deal? What is your offer? Anything you want. Just bring my precious crops back to me. Anything, This is acceptable. Worm-like roots suddenly wrap around the ox's feet and begin dragging him into the soil. Wait, I didn't mean... The dust settles over the spot where the ox once stood as if nothing had happened. Though the soil looks barren and diseased, a small sprout of leafy green catches your eye. The ox once stood, a green tendril has pushed its way through the earth. You watch a delicate blossom unfurl, revealing a stubborn, hard-shelled seed, the soul of the ox. Souls of the bear. Leech, snake, and ox jostle in your satchel with fearful energies. That's that then. I better get these back home to the goat before he ransacks the rest of the place. What about the family that we were trying to save? Guess... Oh, there we go! Standing at the front gate, the ox's missing wife and son blink in confusion as they have just as if they had just birthed forth from the earth itself. Ma? What happened? Welcome back! I suppose you don't remember much. He really did it, didn't he? That stupid festival prize was worth more to him than us. Where is he? Where is my husband? Don't fret! I've already set things straight. He won't be troubling you again. And you've got this nice fertile farm all to yourself now. My son and I worked ourselves to the bone for that horrible man. Thank you for lifting this curse. Just do me a favor and don't make any deals with suspicious scarecrows. I guess my withering stuff goes away because I called it a fertile farm. You're doing well, Kate. And everybody else who's here. Goat, you have acquired accessories? Oh wait, no, that's behind you. The goat rears its head at the sight of you. Its hooves pound the ground excitedly. Most excellent. I can sense the presence of spirits about you. You must have You must have captured the souls I had asked for. No small task, I can tell you that. Just what do you plan on doing with them? Oh, this and that. Nothing you must concern yourself with. What's important is that you are one step closer to fulfilling your contract with me. Just go ahead and place them in the shrine there. I'll take care of the rest. The goat shakes its head toward a carved relief at the back of the room, grinning in a horrible way that you know a goat should. As you bring the stuffed bear close to the carved stone relief in the wall, it spontaneously bursts into flames in your hand, burning away until only a harsh red stone remains. The stone zips out of your grasp and straight into a socket in the wall, buzzing like some angry insect. You are buffeted by flashes of the bear's wrath, drunken roaring, cowering bodies, splintered wood, the smell of honey. As with the first, the mummified husk of the leech turns to ash as you bring it close to the wall, leaving only a glowing orb in its place. Images of the leech slither into your mind, the prick of a needle, the drip, 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 drip of draining fluids, soothing words, restless sleep. Prismatic colors flash through your head at the thought of the snake, secrets lapped up by a forked tongue, whispers beneath the sound of festivities. The ox brings with him the overbearing heat of the midday sun, the salty tang of the sweat that soils suffering, sacrifice, solitude. You step away from the shrine into smoldering stones. Your burdens suddenly feel much lighter. Beside you, the sleeping maiden stirs in her slumber, but does not wake. Now then, you've had a very long day. Why don't you get some rest? Tomorrow we shall pick up bright and early. Yes, I am quite tired. You put me to sleep again, motherfucker. Alright. I think I'm gonna call it there. I have been streaming for almost 3 hours. Which is the longest I've done anything since I've been recovering from the past 2 weeks. So, I love you all. I hope you have a blessed and wonderful night. And you are beautiful. And also, don't forget to check out my streamer shout out for the week, which is Raganome, who's been playing a bunch of games tonight, but also like just detective noir games, gives good music recommendations, gives good beer recommendations, good things all around, and nobody know is streaming. And let's see. I don't think anybody. And nobody else is streaming WytchWood, so we're just gonna call it for the night. We're not gonna raid anyone because we're lame. So, y'all, you have a wonderful night. I love you, and you're beautiful. And Artemis says thank you for all the treats. Mwah! Bye-bye!